Saudi Arabia is a big player on the world stage. It's a country with lots of money, a very important location, and strong traditions. As the birthplace of Islam and protector of its most sacred places, Saudi Arabia is respected and influential in the Muslim world. Its huge oil reserves make it a powerful force in energy, giving it a lot of economic power. But Saudi Arabia is at a turning point. The world is changing, and Saudi Arabia has big decisions to make about its future. For many years, Saudi Arabia has been close friends with the West, especially the United States. This friendship has kept things safe and stable, but it has also made Saudi Arabia rely on Western countries. Now, with new powerful countries emerging and a growing desire to be more independent, Saudi Arabia is looking at other options. It wants to make new friends, become a stronger leader in its region, and have a stronger voice in world affairs. One of the biggest changes recently is Saudi Arabia's growing friendship with the BRICS countries: Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. These up-and-coming economies are a major force and could challenge the West's power. Saudi Arabia's interest in BRICS shows it wants to be more important in creating a world where many countries have power, a world that better reflects the goals of developing nations. Saudi Arabia isn't trying to abandon its old friends, but it wants to make new ones. It's about using its strengths and taking advantage of opportunities in a fast-changing world. As Saudi Arabia plans for the future, the world is watching closely. The country's choices will be very important, not just for Saudi Arabia, but for the Middle East and the balance of power in the 21st century. Saudi Arabia's big plan for the future is called Vision 2030. This big plan, led by Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, aims to completely change the country's economy, society, and place in the world. Vision 2030 knows that Saudi Arabia can't depend only on oil forever. The world's energy situation is changing, with renewable energy becoming more popular and worries about climate change growing. To stay successful, Saudi Arabia needs to build other industries, encourage new ideas, and create a stronger, more competitive private sector. Vision 2030 has lots of ideas to do this. One main goal is to rely less on oil by developing new industries, like tourism, technology, healthcare, and manufacturing. The plan also focuses on improving education, empowering women and young people, and helping people start businesses. One of the most exciting parts of Vision 2030 is the building of huge projects that show Saudi Arabia's ambition. NEOM, a futuristic city being built on the Red Sea coast, is a great example. This $500 billion project wants to be a center for innovation, technology, and sustainable living, powered by renewable energy and artificial intelligence. Other big projects include the Red Sea Project, a luxury tourist spot, and Qiddiya, a huge entertainment and sports city. Vision 2030 isn't just about money, it's also about social and cultural change. The plan wants to create a more exciting and open society with more opportunities for everyone. This includes promoting cultural activities, building entertainment places, and making social rules less strict. By empowering its people and being more open to the world, Saudi Arabia wants to become a modern, successful country that leads the way in progress and innovation in the Arab world and beyond. For a long time, oil has been what makes Saudi Arabia's economy work. The country has the second largest amount of oil in the world and sells the most oil to other countries. This black gold has made the country rich, changing it from a desert kingdom into a modern, wealthy nation. But relying so much on oil has also made Saudi Arabia vulnerable. Changing oil prices, problems in the Middle East, and the world moving towards renewable energy are big challenges. Knowing this, Saudi Arabia is working hard to build other industries and depend less on oil. This change is a major part of Vision 2030, which aims to make a stronger economy for the future. The plan focuses on growing industries that aren't oil, like tourism, technology, healthcare, mining, and manufacturing. Saudi Arabia's location, connecting Asia, Africa, and Europe, helps it become a global center for shipping things. The country is also investing a lot in renewable energy, especially solar power, to use less oil and gas and become a leader in clean energy. This plan is already working. Industries that aren't oil are growing, thanks to government spending on building projects and encouraging private companies to invest. Tourism is becoming a big industry as Saudi Arabia welcomes tourists and builds fancy resorts on the Red Sea coast. Also, Saudi Arabia is doing well in technology, attracting investment in things like artificial intelligence, financial technology, and biotechnology. Changing the economy is hard and takes time, but Saudi Arabia is serious about not depending so much on oil. The world is changing a lot, and Saudi Arabia thinking about joining BRICS has gotten everyone's attention. BRICS, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa are powerful countries whose economies are growing quickly. These countries together have a lot of economic power, a huge population, and they want a world where more countries have power. This makes them a possible challenge to the West. Saudi Arabia, with its oil, important location, and leadership in the Islamic world, is important to BRICS. Everyone is talking about what would happen if Saudi Arabia joined. For Saudi Arabia, BRICS could help it make new friends, find new buyers for its oil, and get money for its Vision 2030 plan. BRICS, in turn, would benefit from Saudi Arabia's oil, money, and important location. Adding Saudi Arabia would help BRICS have a steady supply of energy, a stronger economy, and a louder voice in world affairs. But joining BRICS isn't easy for Saudi Arabia. It has to be careful because the BRICS countries have different goals and sometimes disagree. Also, Saudi Arabia's close relationship with the United States, especially for defense, could make things difficult with BRICS, which some see as challenging the West. Time will tell if Saudi Arabia joins BRICS and what that would look like. Either way, Saudi Arabia looking at this shows it wants to make its own decisions in a changing world. Joining BRICS could be really good for Saudi Arabia. It could make new friends, rely less on old friends, and become more important in the world. One of the biggest benefits is economic. BRICS countries are a huge and growing market for Saudi oil. China and India, especially, need a lot of oil to power their growing economies. By being closer with BRICS, Saudi Arabia can make long-term oil deals, rely less on Western countries, and maybe have more control over oil prices. Besides energy, BRICS offers Saudi Arabia other ways to grow its economy. Vision 2030 wants to build other industries like tourism, technology, healthcare, and manufacturing. BRICS countries, with their different economies and advanced technology, can invest money, share their knowledge, and open up their markets to help Saudi Arabia. Politically, being in BRICS would give Saudi Arabia a stronger voice in world affairs and help it pursue its goals in a group that's becoming more influential. BRICS believes in many countries working together and a fairer world, which is similar to what Saudi Arabia wants. Also, being in BRICS could help Saudi Arabia when Western countries criticize it about human rights or regional conflicts. By joining a group that sometimes challenges the West, Saudi Arabia could have more freedom in its diplomacy and be less vulnerable to criticism from its traditional allies. Basically, BRICS gives Saudi Arabia a great chance to make new friends, secure its economic future, and become more influential in a changing world. Now, let's look at the challenges Saudi Arabia might face if it joins BRICS. First, there are political disagreements that could make things difficult. For example, being friends with both the United States and BRICS countries might be tricky. Also, changing the economy and relying less on oil are still big challenges. And of course, agreeing on economic policies with very different countries won't be easy. These challenges are big, but they can be overcome. Moving on, let's see how Saudi Arabia joining BRICS could be good for everyone. For Saudi Arabia, it's a chance to build a stronger economy and not rely so much on oil. For BRICS countries, Saudi Arabia offers an important location, lots of money, and a steady supply of energy. This partnership could lead to more trade, investment, and stronger political ties. It's a win-win situation. So what would happen if Saudi Arabia joined BRICS? For the world's economy, it could shift the balance of power, especially with energy. It might also change global trade routes and investment. Politically, Saudi Arabia joining could make BRICS more powerful, challenging Western-led organizations. In the Middle East, it could change the political situation, maybe creating new friendships and rivalries. In conclusion, Saudi Arabia has a big decision to make. Joining BRICS has both good and bad sides. It offers a way to build a different kind of economy and make new, strong friends, but it also means dealing with complicated international situations. As Saudi Arabia thinks about it, the decision will be very important for the country's future and its role in the world. Everyone is watching to see what Saudi Arabia will do.